Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing.
Keep away. Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
As you can see, Lady Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duel's path.
Lady Yai, it must be this is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by it. Yes. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally, as one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. It does. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a...
Your school practices make you stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could have... There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself... Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady Yai, I'm not...
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally flawed...
Poor sensei. To think...
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that... Did he follow us the whole way?
Ansai, why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from... It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs.
But what if one day I put everything I had into trying to become the best? But what if it was all a huge mistake? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than...
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from... I can't know whether I will suffer in my future, as I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually...
Goodness.
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in there. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me. So I can't claim to understand it, but I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to...
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and... But as your sensei, I shall... This is my promise.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore. Well, don't just stand there staring at me.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on...
Traveler, a moment, please.
So... the wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai, she seems super mysterious. We can come back to it. Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of, Ayaka.
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense—
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant?
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is—
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the...
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the— But I believe that surely you understand. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to— You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori tea.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has— Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes,
Oh, Paimon gets it.
once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members—
Makes sense. Perfect.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on, but she inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as it was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the vision hunt after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Because of this, the attitude of
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also—
Resistance? You mean like...
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a— To say a little more about Sangonomiya. Historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement. Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenchukaku, It is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decision. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue.
Ooh, Paimon!
Oh? What would you...
Have you got a plan yet to fight the...
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms...
So...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try... For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has...
Darn!
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was... Exactly. I feel the same way. But given... By no means do we intend to place... When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and...